And those conference games were something we didn't get an opportunity to compete in last year. So we're very excited. Guys are excited to be back and be with each other. I think guys just have a great perspective now, like we all do. I think like our kids do, and anybody that had their season affected in any way, can really put it in perspective and understand that every day we have out in the field together is a blessing, and we want to take full advantage of it. And I think our guys have done a great job of looking at things from that perspective and understanding that every lift, every practice, any time we have together is a gift, and we want to take full advantage of it. Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you can get more experience, it's beneficial, and I think those guys, even though, throughout a limited fall, and even coming back in preseason, a lot of those younger guys that you were talking about have really come in and taken a leadership role, and that's been presented to them from the older guys. I think our older guys have asked them to step into that role and said, listen, it's okay. It doesn't matter that you're a redshirt freshman or sophomore or whatever you want to call them. But those guys are ready for that next step. And I think they've taken great ownership of that. And it just, I think, creates a lot of environment, coming in for us in a preseason where last year we really weren't sure about anything. Very few spots in our lineup were veteran guys. And now we feel like we're in a place where we kind of understand what our offense and defensive personnel are going to look like. There's certainly, I think, a lot of room left to compete for our guys on our team for those spots, but definitely a different feeling, certainly for us on both sides of the ball from an experience standpoint. It's going to be a one at a time, one game at a time approach for us. It doesn't matter who we're playing. I think everybody is good. I think that's the one thing that's great about Division I lacrosse is there's so much parity, and I know it's kind of coach speak to say everybody can beat, anybody can beat anybody. But it's the truth in our sport. You see upsets all the time. You see them every week. And so we have to understand, regardless who we're playing, we got to bring our A game to put ourselves in a position to win the game. I think in terms of our conference, it's going to be a new experience for us. We got a lot of guys on this team that have not played a conference game yet, not just freshmen or guys who are returners, but we have some older guys on our team that, who were sophomores last year, for instance, that would have gotten their first taste of conference experience. And they didn't get to do that. So looking at our schedule and seeing Georgetown in the top 10, Denver around the top 5, Villanova ranked, Providence is receiving votes. St. John's, I think, is a very good team. It's going to be an absolute gauntlet of a schedule. And we know we're going to have to bring it every week to give ourselves a chance to win. Honestly, we just want to keep showing up, Dan, to be completely candid with you, not to give you coach speak or anything. We just want to keep showing up day by day, week by week. I think that's what it's going to take. We know that there's going to be adversity coming, whether that's, playing a tough opponent, whether that's maybe losing some guys to injury or something else. There's always things that come up in a season that create adversity. And what we're looking for is our team to respond in the right way. That's truly what we control, and when you're in the middle of a global pandemic, there's so many things out of our control right now. If we get caught up in trying to figure out who's going to be available, who's not, whether we're going to play, whether or not, those are the things that are really going to slow us down. So it's got to be a one day at a time approach, and we got to show up and just be prepared to get better every single day, whether that's at practice or we're playing a game.